And welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Convoluted podcast. I'm your host, Liz, and I am with Tyrant, Dominus, aka Jesus. And if it's your first time listening, you can always subscribe and listen to us. And you know, always tell somebody about it too. All right, how are you, Jesus?
I'm doing all right. The weather's been kicking my butt these last couple days. I think it's been kicking both our butts.
Can't make up its mind. It's hot and it's more cold or raining.
Yeah, the pressure has been messing with us. First I thought it was the pollen, but now it's been rough. It's been rough. The weather's been kicking my butt. Getting old sucks.
Welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I haven't been the best of health. I'm not complaining. It's like nothing too bad, but it's just frustrating. It's the annoying sickness where you can't get better. You know, like the past week I was like sick, but now I just been that annoying sick where it's like you're not really sick, you're just being symptoms. But that's where I'm at. How about you?
I'm doing all right, doing okay. Happy Father's Day to all those who are listening at the day of the recording.
Well, this actually comes out Mondays.
Well, okay, a day late. So happy Father's Day to everybody later.
I hope you guys, whoever had them, if for everyone, hopefully they had a nice Father's Day. For those who are no longer with them, spend time remembering. But yeah, it was Father's Day weekend for those of you guys listening. It's been a long week. We've had like a mini paper Father's Day ourselves, going out multiple times. Surprisingly, it just worked out that way somehow. Going out for outings. I think that also didn't help with my health. We're just out a lot, which is normal, but yeah. I think also what didn't help is on it's coming out later this week is my review for Inside Out 2. So
I want to see that so badly.
Yeah. So my review's going to be out. I got to go watch it with my nephew because he insisted that I come with him because they were going to go see it, and he said, "You're coming too," and I'm like, "You really want me to come?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Okay." And then 30 minutes later, when I thought like he forgot where I was gonna head home, he said, "Hey, Uncle, are you not coming?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm coming." So I had to go watch. Not that I didn't want to go see Inside Out. It's just like I wasn't planning. It's like when you outside plans. Like I was like, but here's the fun part. I got to go see it in 3D.
That's awesome.
That's not awesome. Cool. That is not awesome at all.
No,
did you forget? I am stereo blind.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So I can't see 3D. So yeah, so I got to see a 3D movie, not being able to see 3D. On top of that, I didn't have my glasses because I was not expecting to see a movie to begin with. So that didn't help either. And I went to see how modern 3D movies are because I haven't seen a 3D movie in years once I found out I was stereo blind. And definitely the screen looks very awkward without the modern 3D glasses. But yeah, I watched the movie. I got the gist of the movie without it, but definitely towards the end of the hour and a half long movie, my eyes and my head was killing me. So
I can believe that.
So it was a good movie. You guys will hear more about it if you guys want to on my full review of that on Reaction Cast. But yeah, it was an enjoyable weekend. A lot more than I thought was gonna happen. And yeah, But definitely, yeah, the health bug has been on me. That's I'll say that. How about yourself? How have you been?
Doing all right. Just been working and that's about it. Not a whole lot. I've just been doing this and that. I'm actually kind of looking forward to like this week coming up. I have some later shifts, so like not super late, but definitely get to sleep in because the kid's out for school and this will be fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm like, I don't have to get up early to put somebody's lunch together. Ooh, even better.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, other than that, no, I'm pretty good. Just kind of cruising into summer now, I feel like. So got my toes did. So
it is that time. It's almost
good.
it's almost hitting. We're in mid-June at this point at the time of this recording.
I know.
So we're halfway through the year already. Halfway through the year, halfway through the month. I'm just went by, and we're getting close to the end of this season of the Convoluted podcast, and we're going to be taking our.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
And then we'll be taking our about a week break to kind of get ready for the next season because me and Liz have been prepping a couple fun things for the new season. I look forward to that. I think is it this week or next week that we're getting together to plan? It's one of these days. These weeks we're coming.
Well, it's coming up soon. I know that it's coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah, we're gonna get together. We're gonna have a whole brainstorming session. It's hard to get together sometimes, but it's all just to get ready for a really fun season. I think it's gonna be one of our more like goofy, exciting, like convoluted seasons. Yeah, right. Anything else you want to bring up before we get started?
Not that I can think of. No.
All right.
Let's roll in.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about weird and goofy stories. So Liz, did you ever want to like maybe take up another job or something?
It crossed my mind, but I've done that so many times in the past, 10 plus years of my life. I've done 2 jobs at once.
So, this one you just gotta kind of be at home. You can just stay at home to do this job because apparently,
oh really?
Yeah, because apparently, Ikea wants to pay real people to work in its new store inside its Roblox game.
That's fun.
So
that's funny.
Okay, you know what Roblox is, right?
Yes, I do.
Then can you kind of explain what it is to kind of a general public? The public.
It is a mundane idea, but it is basically building blocks. You kind of do some computer literacy of this, where you can bring components together and build things, whether that be making an axe or you making a island or a farmland or animals or killing those animals to make food. It's an interesting one. There's many different ways you can. I think it's a cool game. I've never really gotten myself into it, but I know my kiddo plays a lot. A lot of kids play it. So
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of streamers who play it too. So.
Bruh. Well, yeah, exactly. So kind of to expound on that. So Roblox is a big multiplayer game. For the most part, it's the youth that play it. It has this very Lego blocky characters. It has a very high customizability. That's why people can make just about anything. And I think we even talked about a couple of months or about a year or two ago about how people are making money off Roblox and the like, because there's like in-game stores, people can make stuff, and there's been a lot of fun games that have come out, like mini games inside Roblox. But now some games or some companies are partnering with Roblox, like Ikea, because let's see here. So let's find out what this job offer is, and maybe we might take it. So IKEA has put a new spin on remote work, seeking 10 real-life staff to work in its Roblox virtual store that opens on June 24th, becoming the first brand to offer paid work on a gaming platform. Talk about VR work. This isn't not a typical IKEA job, the Swedish flat pack giant said in the listing for jobs in its Roblox outlet called the Co-workers game.
The coworker game. That's funny.
In a statement, IKEA described its move on the Roblox platform as its first foray into mainstream gaming, saying the co-worker game will give people a chance to immerse themselves in the working world of the store. According to the job posting, prospective applicants must consider how they would feel about being turned into pixels and what they would do if the store ran out of pixel hot dogs. The posting also asks if you were a piece of pixel IKEA furniture, which would you be and why? Oh God.
I don't know. I have to think about that one. What would you be?
IKEA furniture, a sofa. Quick and easy. Would I be able bunk bed? Would I be able to build it?
Yeah.
No.
I could. You wouldn't. I could.
How long would it take you?
Have you? I have done a couple of them, and it doesn't take me long at all. It takes me about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending.
Okay, we'll pay for you to build a bunk bed in 30 minutes.
All right, sounds good. I'm game. I put Mel's bed together, and that was pretty much from Ikea, I think. I don't remember where I got it from, but I got it from somewhere.
My name is Jeff.
If successful, candidates who must be aged 18 or over and live in the UK or Ireland to apply. Ah, damn, we can't work, man. Damn.
We're already cut out.
Like, we already had the first part, but not the second part. That sucks. But will work in different sections on the online store, helping people choose their furniture and serving digital meatballs. So basically, you're basically working at IKEA. Okay, here.
Here's your meatball. Thank you for your purchase. Here's your meatball.
Okay, but here's
the actual meatballs are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, it's been a long time since I've been inside an IKEA. There's not that many near us, but
no, I think there's only one.
But and I think that it's near the airport. Okay, anyways, here we go. They will be paid at 15 pounds or about 16.82 American an hour for a fully remote job. So they're actually getting paid. That is okay. They're getting paid $16 an hour. The same rate as a typical
people to buy that furniture.
The same rate as a typical real-life IKEA employee in London. A similar salary to the IKEA workers in the United States and more than double the U.S. federal minimum wage. Whoa. They will work.
Yeah, the minimum wage hasn't changed in 30 years, I want to say.
Give or take, yeah.
Almost. I feel like $7.25 an hour. Federal is minimum wage.
God.
Yeah.
Just play inside a video game, Liz. Just play inside a video. Don't play video games. Play inside a video.
You gotta work inside the video game.
They will work alongside unplayed Roblox players who will get a chance to serve customers, visit various showrooms, get promoted. Oh, you can actually get promoted and use IKEA products to organize their virtual space. The US-based gaming giant Roblox allows users to play user-created games, create their own. Oh, there it is. That's kind of talking about. IKEA is not the first brand to enter the virtual world, following the footsteps of Walmart, amongst others, which created virtual Roblox stores, allowing users to buy physical items and receive them in the mail. I think that's what we're talking about, the Walmart thing. It wasn't immediately clear whether customers will be able to buy real IKEA furniture, though through this game. Okay, so what are your thoughts? That's kind of cool.
Cool. It's pretty cool too. I think it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you like Roblox and you like IKEA, you get a 2-for-1er. But you have to live in those two countries to get it. It's like, damn it, I don't belong. But it's cool. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I guess way the world is moving, we have to kind of diversify. Like you always have to constantly diversify to create new jobs and stuff like that. So I wonder if they'll be expanding that as they, as they go on.
What do you mean?
10 employees doesn't seem like it's gonna be efficient.
Well, I think it is just for a little bit. I don't think it's a permanent job. There's no reason. Why would they? It's probably just a promotional thing.
Never know.
Because this is the reason I say that, because what I think is because it's just a gimmick to kind of get IKEA's name out there and to kind of give people an idea of what the jobs are, right? Definitely, as we've talked before, the job market is pretty scarce and very divisive at the moment. So given 10 people a chance to kind of see how the job would technically be in the virtual space is not bad. I see no real reason for IKEA to fund more money into it, because I see no real plus side in besides this promotion. I can see them running this for a week or two. So these people get hired for like 2 to 3 weeks and then get paid for their 40 hours. And like, okay. And if they want to work for an IKEA nearby, they can't because they're technically employed through it. So I really don't foresee this being a full-time thing. Wait, did you say something? I can't hear you. Yeah, your audio's not.
Oops. My bad. Accident hit my mute button.
Oh, okay. So what was it?
I said, you never know. It might come. It might happen. You just never know.
How so?
Yeah, it's crazy world that we live in.
Why do you say it would? What benefits does IKEA have to?
I mean, they'd be basically touching the virtual world and bringing it to the real world, I guess, essentially to people. I mean, you never know. It could happen.
But there, like I said, it's only gonna be a small thing for a short time. There's no more than that.
Okay. I didn't say how long that was gonna be, though.
No, but it's not gonna run that long.
Never know. You never know.
All right.
We'll find out. We'll follow up when it comes up to it, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. What would you think if you were one of these employees and you found out like some people in that area like were getting paid the same amount as you, but they weren't leaving they were getting the same amount in the same job as you, but they're just playing a game. Imagine if there was they said they were gonna do a pharmacy job in Roblox, but they were paying pharmacy wages. So they were getting paid your money for the same job, but they're just in Roblox. How would you feel?
Where do I sign up?
Yeah, we're not in the right country, Liz. Sorry.
I would. I kind of be mad and jealous at the same time. I mean, kind of there are so many remote jobs right now to this day, with pharmacy included. I mean, so is it really out of perspective? No, it's not much perspective. I mean, I'm not making as much as I am because I am in different specialties. So it depends on what specialty I'm in. I make more. So.
You know what I mean, but what I mean is like they would have the same.
Yeah, but if they were making the same wages, which I highly doubt, because I've been watching.
But what I'm saying, if that was the hypothetical is like that's what they were getting paid as much as exactly you in the game.
I would do it.
No, but how would
like I said,
not you would do it. How would you feel if others were offered this and you won't be able to get it?
It is the real world. I can't be mad. It's existing right now, not in that kind of virtual thing, but there's a remote jobs, yes.
Well, what I'm saying, I think you're losing me. It's like, how would you feel if that was the actual thing? Like, there was a Roblox pharmacy, and it was the same concept, but your job, same pay.
Doesn't bother me. If they're making the same wage, sitting at home on the beds, cool.
Okay.
In a game that's not real, but okay.
Well, they
They're
were,
not making real IVs.
but the thing is, I think what they're trying to do, what I'm also trying to also bring up is they're getting people interested in the job, and that's what I thought you were going to bring up, because that's the other thing is like getting people interested in certain fields. That's the other thing. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people don't see a lot of traditional jobs as mainstream anymore, right? People want to be content creators, influencers, streamers. That's the norm now, right?
Yeah.
So like when we were growing up, what did you want to be when you were growing up? Or some jobs. What were some of the jobs? Really, you weren't?
I really didn't have an idea. I was like, I'm too stupid for everything, so I
Oh
don't know what
wow,
I'm capable of.
wow! I'm surprised. I thought most kids kind of had the concept, because when I was growing up, I wanted to be like a firefighter, doctor, lawyer. That's what I wanted to be when I was growing up.
None of that intrigued me.
Interesting. But that's because, well, like I said, with time, different things change, and the different avenues have opened up. Definitely. Like even what we're doing right now, some people have turned what we're doing into an actual career.
Yeah.
And it's not impossible. It just takes effort. But it's like seeing people do it and succeed, and then having other people to put that effort into it. I think that's kind of what Roblox is doing, is seeing in a game meant for kids, showcasing what it is for a job, right? Like what it is, what's potential. And with not actually having kids work, it's because they still have to be the people have to be 18. But it shows like, there's people out there actually working, doing the job to do it. And then say there was a Roblox pharmacy, it would get people interested in like the pharmaceutical field, or Roblox, McDonald's, Roblox, it's just like everything, anything out there, any job that's out in the real world inside Roblox to get people interested. Because there's like a lot of simulator games out there right now that kind of do that.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I think I think there should be a lot of different roles out there, but I don't think the medical field will be a strong thing. I can attest to it. It literally is a money pit. So.
oh no, yeah, definitely. I think we've both agreed that most, like, to each their own about people going into higher education, but definitely it's not for everyone because of the way it leads people into major debt. I literally saw a comment of a person, I was showing my brother, that a person who was 24 was already $125,000 in debt at the age of 24 because of higher education.
I don't know. Absolutely.
And that's your starting point in life. Like, really? No wonder people have to get virtual jobs in Ikea.
I know, right?
But that is another topic for another time. But yeah, it's cool.
I think we discuss it pretty often.
Yeah. Besides that, the co-worker game on Roblox, it seems like a fun idea. I hope to see it's going to open on June 24th. That's not too far away from now. We'll see what it's all about in the near future. And I've actually never played Roblox. I might jump into a Roblox game to just go visit. Hey, we could probably
I'll just watch my kid.
Yeah, tell them to go on the 24th and visit the IKEA store and just watch them.
The IKEA. All right, I'll tell them that.
But yeah. All right, let's jump on to the store. Or unless do you have any final thoughts?
No,
All right.
it's interesting, that's for sure. Hopefully it does well.
Okay. Yeah, let's jump into another. Do you want to, since it's people are leaving school, do you want to talk about the senior story before, since people are leaving school?
In your school. Where's that one at? Is that the
Under
last one?
Roblox.
Oh, it's under the Roblox one. Oops. Man allegedly shoots teen after senior assassin prank involving daughter. Oh, jeez. A Kansas teen was left paralyzed from the waist down after a fellow teen's father shot him amid a game of senior assassin, according to law enforcement documents released this week. Ruben Marcus Contreras, a man in his late 40s, was arrested and charged with attempted murder in connection with the May 11th shooting in a Walmart parking lot in the town of Goddard, Sedgwick County. Deputies said he shot 18-year-old Anakin Zagrig Zengring after Zengring and his friends had shot at his daughter with a gel blaster, a toy gun, as it used water-based beads, according to an affidavit released Wednesday and obtained by HuffPost. Contreras' attorney did not respond to HuffPost's request for comment. He was released on bond following his arrest. Senior Assassin is a game played by a high school nationwide on which students are given a target and tasked with eliminating with a water gun or balloon until there's only one player left. Many teens consider it a rite of passage, but in recent years, school officials and police have warned against it, fearing players will take things too far. A 16-year-old in Pennsylvania collapsed and died after a chase related to the game last month.
Damn. Did you guys do that at all? I remember. Did you guys have anything for your senior thing?
No, we got to skip a school day, I think. I don't know. Being at a private school, we didn't have that, luxury. They kind of gave us a planned day to leave.
Oh yeah, because our school still did a senior prank. There were still senior pranks that were done inside the school. I remember when I was a junior, they got all the cars lined up and barricaded the school one year. My senior year, I didn't participate in it, but all the lunch tables were all bubble wrapped.
That's funny.
That's
great.
So the lunchroom was just a giant, like they built a pyramid and just bubble wrapped the entire thing. And that was the senior prank. I've never heard of the senior assassin thing, but
no, me neither.
For the most part, conceptually it seems like a very innocent game, right? You just kind of.
It's harmless. It really is harmless. Really, you think about it, it's just water involved at some point.
And the seniors are just kind of messing with the juniors, like they're the next to jump into the next year. And then you kind of traditionally like, okay, then you'll be up. But from this incident and then what we just learned of this other incident, some people take a little too far. Continue.
On the night of May 11th, Zering drove his blue Chevrolet Spark to the local Walmart with two other teenage boys riding with him. According to the affidavit, Contreras' daughter and her boyfriend were walking toward the Walmart as Zering and his friends drove past. One of the boys inside Zering's car yelled, "I'm your senior assassin," and shot the gel blast at her. Contreras' daughter's boyfriend told deputies that neither he nor Contreras' daughter knew who the teen boys were and went to confront them. One of the teen boys allegedly called the boyfriend a bitch and told him to meet them out back. The couple called Contreras to tell him they'd been shot with a gel blaster, and the boyfriend said the three of the other boys were trying to beat him up, according to the affidavit. A short time later, Contreras arrived at the Walmart parking lot and walked towards Zevering's Spark in an angry manner, according to the Walmart employee interviewed by law enforcement. Contreras then allegedly pulled out a black handgun from his waist and fired one round through the car's back window into Zevering's back, according to one of the boys in the Zevering's car, per the affidavit. As Zevering's lost feeling in his legs, the car crashed into a shipping container in the parking lot. Contreras told the bystander who rushed to the teen's aid that they shot my daughter several times, according to the affidavit. Authorities found Zevering screaming and stating that he could not move his legs. Anakin Zevering's dad, Jeremy Zevering, confirmed that HuffPost that Good Samaritan had rushed over to his son. He took his shirt off and held the wound shut so the bleeding would be contained, and prayed for my son until the paramedics got there. He and his wife saw a Facebook post that said they had been shooting at the Walmart. They checked the GPS tracker on their son's car and saw that it was there. So then I started calling and it was going straight to voicemail. I started panicking, so then I looked at my wife and we have to go, he said.
Ooh, that is scary. That is scary.
Definitely. I would be scared too. I saw his car fully a wreck and they told me he had been transported to the hospital, and I was just like, what's going on? And I just broke down. They continued. The Zevering family said he has sustained several injuries, including a bullet wound to the upper part of his small intestine and damage to his spinal cord, causing him to lose sensation from the waist down. He's undergone multiple surgeries and remains in the hospital. Jeremy said his son is paying the ultimate price as he struggles emotionally to try and figure out what his future will look like. It's unclear whether Anakin will be able to work alongside his father at the family's electrical business. He told HuffPost no parents should experience that his family has, and he said his son wishes he had never been at that Walmart that night. It's a devastating situation, Jeremy said. I know he wished he could change back things.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. That's a very, very crazy way to start your basically you're graduating, starting your life, and your adult life, and all your life changed.
Yeah, dramatically, literally.
Yeah, no, there's no joke about it. It changed. Like, talk about fathers in these couple episodes doing crazy things. This one more so affecting another individual. Definitely a prank gone wrong. Prank. It's a prank. And
it wasn't like they were injured. It wasn't, and yeah, they didn't know him. But in a high school, sometimes you don't always know every kid in the high school. Do you know the next thousands of kids that you're sitting next to? Probably not. I grew up with a class of 300, a little less than 300. Yeah, I know everybody's name and bases, but
did you really know them? That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know them, but I mean, like, I knew who they were and they knew who I was, so like we recognized each other. Like, but if you're in a 1,000+ high school per class,
definitely,
do you recognize everybody? And some kids are not actually in school; they're actually online students. So
yeah, so kind of going back. So let's take it from two different perspectives. Let's take it from the kid's perspective. Definitely his life has dramatically changed from what he thought was going to happen over just one major event, one key moment. Literally changed his life.
He thought he was out for fun, enjoying, his senior year, and it's just a prank and dramatic change, literally a 180.
And then, and then from the father's perspective,
which one?
The daughter's father.
Yeah, I understand he was trying to protect his
child,
daughter, and then the daughter's boyfriend too. But it's very. I feel like it was over.
You think it was over? It was over.
Well, no, I believe it is overly drawn out. Like it shouldn't have it was
Escalated.
not actual. Yeah, it escalated too fast, too quickly. It didn't do the cool calm head. It was like somebody shot him, and I think he stopped listening. And then they're trying to pick a fight, and that's when they stopped listening again. And then it's just like that constant thing. I think when we get to adults, we have to kind of slow down, listen through the whole story, but not jump to huge conclusions.
I think the father's going to jail too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm double checking.
Absolutely.
I'm going through. Let me just go through the check. I think he's going for attempted. Let me double check before we get the facts. But yeah, continue. Just keep talking while I look.
And honestly, I think that the father's daughter was just a little too protective, overbearing, and I don't understand why he thought he had to draw an actual real gun to the show. I mean, it wasn't even a soda party. It was just a game, you know? It wasn't like his daughter was injured completely.
Understandable, but from what was read from the article, from the affidavit, it sounds like they were a bit more aggressive than it sounds like. We don't know for sure because we weren't there. We can only take the words from the witnesses and
Bystanders.
Bystanders, and what we're getting from the information. But definitely, it's a prank gone wrong, and literally a daughter loses a father, and a kid loses a future.
Yeah, literally.
But you know what? At least he didn't lose his life.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
So he should be very fortunate. He might not realize it now. But definitely it is it's a wake up call. A wake up call.
Go up real fast.
Fair warning for anyone out there. Because you just never know. Like, be careful who you're doing these types of senior events with, and of the nature, because some people can take it a little too far out of hand. Definitely, I knew a lot of people when I was in high school that were a little bit more on the edge of danger side of things. I'm like, I think you should slow down a little bit. I was more of the rational kind of person. So I didn't get
a lot of 20-year-olds think they're invincible. And life smacks them down. Sometimes.
Anything else you want to kind of close this off? Mostly because you are a parent, and this is really has multiple parents into it. From not only from protective, but also from any thoughts on that front?
As a parent, yeah. I don't see it as being totally detrimental to my child's life. I would hate this prank to ever be played, but things change all the time. The pranks always change. And I feel like it's pretty harmless. Were you injured? Did you break skin? Okay, we didn't know the kid, but do you know how many kids are in your school? Yes. There we go. There's your answer. Like, you don't know who's part of this. We have to be kind of. It's just for me. Probably, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it wasn't necessary, but it happened. Okay, moving on. Kind of thing. I really don't have like a huge thing. If my kid was actually injured, physically hurt, I would probably have more of an outrage. The mother bear will come out, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. What story do you want
to? Do we do a follow up on the other one?
What other one? There's a follow up.
The smoothies one? In Lake O?
Oh, there's an update. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and talk. Read that.
I don't know if anybody remembers this one from what was it, like a couple months ago. I think it was released. Lake Oswego father pleads guilty to drugging daughter's friends at sleepover.
Yes, I remember we talked about this. It was very disgusting and disturbing. Continue.
Yes. Lake Oswego man has been pleaded guilty to drugging his teenage daughter and his friends with smoothies tainted by sleeping pills during a sleepover last year. Michael J. Maiden pled guilty at the Clackamas County Circuit Court to 3 counts of causing another person to ingest a controlled substance on June 10th. Police report that on August 25th, 2023, 3 of the Mason daughter's friends attended a sleepover at Maiden's home. All 4 girls were 12 years old. In court documents, a girl said that the maiden had been very involved in their activities during the sleepover and was constantly checking in on and interjecting himself into the conversations. The girls told police that between 9 p.m. through 11 p.m., Maiden prepared the 3 visiting girls and his daughter smoothies that he insisted they drank. Each smoothie had colored straws to distinguish the cup, and Maiden allegedly was adamant the girls drank out of their own cup. The girls described the smoothies as having tiny white chunks throughout and sprinkled on top. One of the girls did not like the smoothie and did not try it, but told police that Maiden then made her another smoothie and encouraged her to drink it. Maiden also reportedly became upset when he thought one of the girls and his daughters had switched straws between the smoothies. The documents state the girls then retired to the basement to sleep. During the night, one of the girls said she became aware of Maiden entering the basement. The girl pretended to be asleep and reported that Maiden took the sleeping friend next to her and moved her, quote unquote, body further towards the opposite side of the bed. The conscious girl was alarmed and moved closer to her friend again. She said that Maiden left the basement and then returned a little while later. The girl said that she pretended to be asleep again, and this time Maiden again approached the friend he moved before and placed a finger under his nose and waved his hand in one of her face as to see if she was soundly asleep. Maiden then left the room again. The document said the conscious girl, scared, began texting and called her parents repeatedly. One of the texters reported said, "Mom, please pick me up," and say had family emergency. Don't feel safe. Might not respond, but please come get me. Crying emoji. Please pick me up. Please.
Yes, I remember we
She
read
also
this text.
texted.
Yeah, I remember we read this text and we're like, oof, that is a serious.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. She also called and texted several family friends asking for a ride. The court document then alleges that Maiden re-entered the basement and stood near the headboard, watching, quote unquote, the girl as she continued to pretend to be asleep before going over to the other 2 girls who were sleeping. Family friend received the conscious girl's text and arrived at Maiden's home to pick her up. Maiden let the girl leave. The girl told police she slammed the door very loudly while leaving and was concerned that her friends didn't wake up. Upon arriving home, the girls woke her parents, who then tried to contact the parents of the other sleepover attendees. The girls' parents decided to go back to the Maiden's home and retrieve the remaining 2 friends. Police report that the parents said upon their arrival around 3 a.m., Maiden was evasive and told them to come back and get the girls in the morning. The parents insisted on them taking the girls, and eventually Maiden let them inside. The girls were awakened by the first girl's parents, retrieved their things, and left the house. Maiden's daughter remained in the home. Police report that during an interview with the girl, Maiden had moved and waved his hand in front of the girl. She was moving and speaking slowly. The girl told them after drinking the smoothie, she felt woozy, hot, and clumsy, and tipping over after falling into a thick, deep sleep. Her parents told police that the girl had been scared and dizzy from returning home and kept asking what happened. Documents show that the 3 friends at the sleepover tested positive for benzodiazepines at the hospital, in which none of them were prescribed or would normally have access to. Police explains that benzodiazepines are depressants that can cause sleeplessness, confusion, impaired reflexes, and amnesia. At the sentence, the children and the families provided victim impact statements during the sentencing. Michael Maiden was sentenced to 2 years in prison with 3 years of parole upon release.
Only 2 years? What do you think of that?
That's bullshit. I think it should be longer. I think like 5 to 6 years, not in prison, and then having another 5 to 6 years of parole.
Like, wow.
And be registered as something to keep him away from children in general.
That's true.
I don't care if it's
it doesn't say that either. Wow. 2 years. That's it.
And 3 years of parole, which is easy. It absolutely disgusts me.
Go ahead. Hey, what are your thoughts?
I'm glad he's got something, but at the same time, it's really disgusting that he, got away with it pretty much, just in essence.
Yeah, for the most part, 2 years is a good chunk, but not enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Those girls will be teenagers when he gets out.
They're 12.
Tweenage.
So they're 12,
Tweenage.
they're
This
13.
means it's all about 11, 12.
So we'll say they're 13 this year. They'll be 15 when they come out, when he comes out. So, and it's a thing now where I think we talked about it in the last time we first talked and not broke the story, but we initially talked about the story. It's like this event is going to be ingrained in their life.
Oh, hell, absolutely. It's a PTSD for life kind of thing.
Like
you won't be able to trust another male, another father figure for that matter.
So, yeah, this, and then on top of that, he's then just going to be within 2 years be out. Like, so what's the point at that point?
Mm-hmm. It's sad.
Like that's where it gets me, because when it comes to crimes, in my opinion, when it comes to crimes against children, it should be much more. The only word that's coming to mind harsh at the moment, unless you have a better word for it.
Much more aggressive. I think it more aggressive. Harsh and aggressive is kind of.
But yeah, there's another word.
Like,
it should have more substance to it because of what's being done. Because
absolutely.
Because definitely it is something that when doing something to a child at that level, you are ruining them for the future. Kind of similar to, for the most part, what happened with the last story. Like he might have been legally an adult. He's 18, right? But in kind of the social aspect, he was still a child since he was still in high school, leaving high school to be entered into the quote adult world. But his introduction to the adult world was squashed at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to this story, it's one of those things where like it should be similar. It should be something similar. He should be at least like for every child, he should have been account for every child,
Mm-hmm.
So at least,
I believe so. I feel like even for 3, that's 6 years. That'd be great.
Minimum
24 months. It's 8 months per child, basically. Think about it.
Damn, that's really that's even worse to think about. That's how it is.
You think about it, 24 months, 3 kids that were not his own kid.
That's the other thing. Like, what's gonna happen with that situation?
Oh, I know. What is that wife gonna think about his husband of hers? Like, oh, can I trust him being around my daughter? But I feel like he wasn't going to attack his daughter, but he wanted his daughter asleep enough that he could attack her friends. They basically cannot have kids over in their houses anymore. So I'm assuming this is gonna totally lead to divorce.
You think so?
I would think so. I'd hope so.
You would hope so.
I mean, I would hope so because the daughter can't have any kids over for the time being. You think about it, because nobody's gonna leave their kid alone with that family.
Oh no, yeah, definitely that gone.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very disappointing situation. A very not underwhelming, unexpected and disappointing updates to the situation. Because for the most part, like you didn't read this beforehand, did you? Well, we don't.
No.
We normally don't read these beforehand.
I already had the preliminary story in front of my head because I remembered it from.
Yeah. So, like for the most part, for anyone listening, we for the most part we don't really read most of the articles. For the most part, sometimes we kind of get the gist and maybe read like the first couple sentences to see if it's a weird enough story to talk about. Definitely, this is a weird and serious story. But good thing it was a follow up. But it's when we do these, it's like you just never know what's gonna happen, and you get our raw reaction, and you got it. Like we thought, okay, he's okay. We were like, okay, some justice was going to be served. Very little.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well, that's disappointing. Any final thoughts? Definitely, you have more. You probably have a little bit more say than I would as a parent, and mostly as with a child around this age too. What are your kind of thoughts? What are your thoughts in this?
It's always scary. I mean, we have to let our kids experience things, but at the same time, you worry about those little things. Like you never know whose home you're walking into. You know, the person who never showed an inkling shows their true colors when they have the opportunity.
Were you a sleepover child?
I did sleep over. I had no problem going over to my friend's house and spending the night over there. I was away from my family.
Yeah, because
but I also had friends. I had people that I could trust. I went to private school, so we had a real close community. So it wasn't like huge classes. So we had very small classes class group of friends, and we just knew everybody, and we all went to church together. Like it was kind of that thing, you know.
I don't know, saying church is not a very good thing, Liz.
I know it's not a safety point, but I mean, everybody knew everybody. There was somebody who I could talk to, my dad could talk to the next person and be like, hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? And then have a full-on conversation in Spanish with that next person and be like, hey, do you know so-and-so? Oh, yeah, they're great,
Okay.
Or they could, or say, oh, I don't know about this guy. I mean, I had a friend of mine who, so I had a couple of different, I don't know why I always pondered with Hispanic people, but it was awesome because we had a great culture and, everything, we got along. And I had really good sleepover with one friend, and then she stayed the day over at my house one day. We were working on a group project or something, and her dad was talking, and my dad was like, I do not like this guy. Because he was cussing in front of him. He's like, he apparently told him off, like, don't cuss in front of my kid.
Interesting.
I was like, damn. Yeah, but he spoke in Spanish, and my friend translated it for me. I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. It's an interesting take. I mean, I guess I've never had that fear, and my parents obviously didn't have that fear, but it definitely makes it a fear for these days nowadays. Well, it seems more prevalent. It seems more out in the open. It's more open information.
Well, that's the thing.
Than it was back then.
I think that's what it is.
We didn't have the internet. Like, I mean, the internet was starting as we were, preteens, but it wasn't like couldn't find this information out like firsthand.
Well, I think here's the thing. I think it was happening in our age. It just wasn't more public. That's the thing.
That's true. That's true.
And then with the way media is now, things are just popping out. So probably it definitely was happening during our.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it wasn't. I mean, I remember a lot of the stories that were, like the Amber girl, when she was kidnapped and all that, and that's how hence we got Amber Alert. But I mean, that's exactly it wasn't that far from me. It felt like for me and my world. So.
But yeah, it's definitely just the tip of the iceberg, and what's happening now, it's just that tip is higher up because of just the way people have the ability to report things, and people are a bit more active. People are a little bit more open. Be a lot of during our during for us growing up, a lot of things were more hushed, right? A lot of things were like not said. So,
I guess you didn't have the frequency of everything. That little thing that was happening. So
yeah, for the most part, and on top of that, we didn't have phones as we were kids, too. So there was like no way to communicate for help during that time.
Yeah, it was walkie-talkies for us as kids.
All right. So, any final closing thoughts for this whole debacle of the smoothie?
I wish the father had gotten more time on his clock. I feel like 8 months per child was not enough. 2 years for those 3 girls is not enough. Not even for his daughter either, because he drugged her too. It wasn't,
That's the craziest part too. Is like even his daughter. Oof.
He drugged his own daughter. He wasn't intended on her, but it was just. That's pretty bad. That's going to be psychologically fucked up in the head too for her. So I wish there was more time on his clock. I wish she would, got more life sentencing. I think this is not. Yeah, he could have pled guilty, but I felt like he kind of escaped to get out of it, and I felt like that was a plea deal too.
Damn.
So
that sucks.
It really does suck. So.
All right, let's continue. Man, nothing but fathers on Father's Day ruining things.
I know, right? We're just doing great on this shit. Sorry, dads. There are some great dads out there. I know there are.
But there's some really bad ones out there. All right, let's change it over a little bit then. So let's talk about this will be kind of our final story because this has been making the rounds these last couple days. So there's a TikToker who thanks the Black community for launching her conservative media career over the N-word use. Have you heard of her?
No, I have not.
She's been.
I've not been on TikTok in like a couple months. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you've been on the Reels game. So, here we go. Ready? So, Lily, I think it's Giddis, the self-proclaimed trad wife and TikToker has thanked the Black community for launching her career in consecutive media after her video using the N-word went viral. You know what a trad wife is, right?
It sounds like a traditional wife.
Correct.
As it sounds like to me.
You called it, yeah. So let's kind of watch the clip really quick or listen to it. There should be a post, Liz, with the...
Oh, at the bottom with the...
It should have 3 videos.
Watch on X?
Yes. Watch the first clip. So I'm going to play it for everyone so everyone can...
Immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas.
No, I can't see.
There we go. I'll wait for Liz to catch up a little bit. But yeah, basically...
Bruh.
If everyone knows, Liz just heard it. All right. Okay, what are your initial thoughts just with the first video? She has responses. What was your thoughts?
What? That's crazy. Like, wow. I didn't know the first right of this.
Good.
I don't know. I'm kind of pissy at this. I mean,
how so?
I don't know. I get the first isn't intended rights, but I understand you can want your protection and the freedom of speech, but
oh wait, did you watch the response? Did you watch the responses?
The A1A response on X?
No. Did you watch the okay, did you watch the first where she said
I didn't watch the original video. I can't see it. Where is it?
Oh, here.
I don't know. But I saw the other one, but
no, not the response. You gotta not watch the response. You're supposed to watch the first one.
I don't have the first video.
Give me a second.
No, that's not it.
She's wearing an apron.
I see the apron, but it didn't play.
Oh, here, let me send it to you through Discord.
Okay.
But yeah. God damn X. Up in a second. Okay. Okay. While you listen, I'll keep reading. Okay, after facing backlash spread online, Giddy's posts on a non-apology video, which you'll hear that in a bit once Liz sees the original video, doubled down using the racial slur. Due to the controversial video, Gladys lost her new job as a marketing and sales manager, but still isn't apologetic. The trad wife recently revealed that she has always been a super conservative and claims she's not afraid to say what people are scared to say. So yeah, we'll see this in a second. Okay, there we go. Liz just heard it. There's everyone. Okay, now did you hear it? Okay, you heard the first video? The initial video? Okay, well, Liz said that. I'll play it again.
Immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green immigrants fresh off the boat looking for.
Press the wrong button on my screen. Yes, now I see it.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the initial video?
Wow, she's gutsy. No, that's absolutely not right. That's absolutely not correct at all. They're not all gold diggers. They have the American dream, which I believe it's what's established of America. So we have immigrants because that's how it's established. And then if they make their way. They always do, and they have a way to do things.
Okay, let's continue. Let me reread this part of the article. After the backlash spread from that initial video, Giddy has posted a non-apology video, which we're going to listen, and you already listened to it, that doubled down using the racial slur due to the controversial video. Gaddis, I'm just going to call her Lily. Lily lost her new job as a marketing and sales manager, but it still isn't apologetic. What are your thoughts before we play the video about her losing her job? Right or wrong?
You know?
Your thoughts, just to...
my thoughts are like, that should be expected. I mean, that's, if you play that game and they want to protect their reputation, they don't want to have somebody who's racist. And it seems like she is racist, so.
All right, so okay, we're going to play the response so everyone, you can hear her response to that. So from the initial, this is from that last video.
A recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
You're going to call us racist? You're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs? Fuck you. War.
So yeah, so she starts off her apology, which sounds like, okay, she's gonna try to apologize, but no, she's like, like, I'm not sorry. What are your thoughts when hearing that response?
She is absolutely thinking she's gutsy, but I think it's crazy. I mean, you have to have some sort of soul. She obviously doesn't. But wow, I absolutely think I get her right amendment, but it's absolutely not the right place or the time to be doing that shit, and she had no right to do that.
I also, this is kind of a side note. I think people don't always realize what it actually means to have free speech. That's the thing. Like, it's not the ability to say whatever you want. It's that you have the ability to make your voice known. It's not like you can just say anything without consequence. Your words do have consequence. People just don't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
it's people, when people think free speech, it's like they can say whatever they want with no consequences. No, there is consequences.
There's always a consequence for freedom of speech.
And that's what
I don't care if you're joking with your friends, but that's between your friends, but you can't be doing that like on a social platform.
in a public, we'll say public platform or
Yeah.
a public environment anywhere, online or
Yeah.
social. Like that's where it gets. But then she once again made another video.
I didn't watch that one.
Let's go to video 3 together.
Something that's absolutely unforgivable is people who play the victim card while living in America. You live in America, bitch. You live in the freest, safest country in the world. And
Okay, that video's a little long. That's the video. There's another video. Maybe it's part of this article. She's been on some shows already. She was on InfoWars. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Look, keep going down. The InfoWars one. Or do you want me to send you the link to that? Okay, I'll continue while Liz is... Due to the heavy criticisms of her viral video and her refusal to stop using racial slurs, Lily lost her job at marketing. She had gotten the role of Rolfs of Carolines, a home health care company for the elderly and disabled. According to the New York Post, released a statement of her termination, but not explicitly named Lily on it. Yeah, and in the statement, they confirmed that a specific newly hired employee was terminated due to unfair remarks on social media that did not align with their values. On other social medias, several have taken aim at Lily for seemingly linking being a conservative to using racial slurs after she's thanked the Black community for her new career in conservative media. One ex-user said, surprising no one, Lily confirms he being a successful conservative grifter is getting Trump supporters to pay you a nickel every time you say the N-word. On another note, first Lily and getting me fired for using a word is sick and creepy behavior. After she said you played right into my plan. You'll be making 6 years on Fox and Friends in 3 months tops. Yeah. Okay. So definitely she's writing this very quote conservative media because it's like she's making it seem like conservatives are linked to just being racist. It's one of those things where you could say like all Catholics are Christians, but not all Christians are Catholic. That mentality. Like it's not not all races are conservative, but not all conservatives. No, not all races are conservative, but some conservatives are racist. There you go. So, but she's kind of like saying no, they all are. She is, and the idea that she's making this her image, that she's going to be this conservative and making it her career. What are your thoughts on making?
I mean, I play both sides of the field when it comes to I vote, but I'm not a political. We're not a political podcast, and in this essence, I mean, she is literally letting it feed her feed. It's not a great picture. I mean, the way it is. I mean, it's just not. Yeah, she's not. I get what she's trying to do. She's getting the popularity off of what she's doing to get the, pop off her career, quote unquote.
Yeah,
but
because there's definitely a couple of people who have made their career out of moments like these, for better or worse. It depends on how they pivot, right? She has been making the rounds in the media sector and holding her ground, being this quote traditional wife, even though traditional
because she lost her job.
Well, no, the joke here is that some people were making the comments like she was a tradition. She's technically wasn't a traditional. She had a job. You know, traditional wives are not supposed to have a job. They're supposed to be homemakers. So she was already lying of being a trad wife already. Like that's already thing, and people just kind of.
She lies? That's your theme? Okay. That's like a lot of politicians. They all lie, right?
But yeah, this idea of this woman just kind of saying the N-word, her whole persona, and making it seem like she is getting a lot of eyes on her. Some good, some bad. Good in the sense where it's like people like holding her quote accountable, but definitely some bad eyes who are supporting her, because there are people who will support this. So what are your thoughts when I say those words?
But the N-word?
No. What I'm saying that there are people who are against and for her.
Yeah. So she's drawn attention, good and negative. And so I think, yes, the negative. Well, I feel like it's going to be a negative completely all around. It's not good at all. I don't feel like that's a right connotation at all, considering it's all negative. You're supporting like the very much racist community, the KKK basically in essence, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it because I feel like it's my right. Yeah, that's very. Yeah, I don't. No, that's just not good. I mean, I feel like this is a very negative all the way around. You got the negative against who don't like that, and then you got the negatives of people supporting who are very backwards thinking. So I feel like this is a very bad connotation. This is not a good thing. This is really gonna backfire. I feel like, and at some point, somebody's got to step up to the game. I mean, yes, she's being honest in how she feels, but at the same time,
well, it'll be egg on our face if she's up there making like six figures like she said, right?
that's true, but hopefully not. Nobody will be paying her six figures. Come on, people, don't do that.
Sadly, there are people who will support this and will, and like I said, it's one of those things where it's up to how she handles. Because for the most part, from what I've seen from some of the interviews, she's not very well spoken when it comes to certain other things. So, that's the thing, is like you have to also be very entertaining and be able to be like, you just can't make one moment your entire thing, right? You have to bring something else. And if this is going to be this is your moment, we'll see how it goes. But hopefully, nothing's going to come out of it. But let's hear this one last time. Let's hear her before we close out the original video.
Immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas.
There you go, everyone. You guys will remember that, and we'll see how she ends up. We'll see if she becomes something in this sphere, or she just kind of fades into obscurity as just the woman who said the N-word. Any final thoughts on this final situation?
Hope she doesn't get far. Hope she doesn't get far at all. We'll see. But I really don't think. I hope we don't support this kind of activity at all whatsoever.
Well, sadly, the way the internet is, the way there are a lot of supporters for that. But we'll see where it is. This is a weird world. It's a very convoluted place, and we'll go with that. To everyone, thanks again for listening or watching. Liz, thank you for joining.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
So everyone, I hope you guys had a good weekend. We are trying to start kind of releasing these every Monday. We'll see how it's been working. Let us know your thoughts down below if this is working for you guys. As always, don't forget to share this show on social media. It really helps us a lot. Or word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the best ways. Telling someone like, oh yeah, check this out. This is a really interesting show. Really helps us out. It's one of the best ways to do it. But yeah, everyone, once again, thanks again for listening and watching. Until next time, see ya.
Bye.